days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Hey, it's Will.
And this is Thomas.
And we're back at the virtual spinner rack again this week. And we're going to look at some Hellboy for the 30th anniversary of Hellboy.
I still can't believe it's 30 years. Thanks for making me feel old.
I know. That's what I said in the prologue. Like, 30 years. I don't believe I'm this friggin' old.
Yeah, I'm like, son of a bitch.
I know. So, did you get anything in this week?
I did.
Oh, nice.
I have not partaken and shown anything. My daughter got me something from the store. You ready? Check this out. Got a little Hot Wheels. Little Hot Wheels Enterprise.
The one that I had.
There it is. Little Hot Wheels Enterprise. Yes.
Yep. Cool.
And then these actually come in today. So this is what it looks like.
Oh my God. Oh, is that the new one?
Yep.
Oh.
And of course it is, recolored. And it's on like heavy newsprint.
Yeah. But at least it's still newsprint.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's even got an ad in the back for.
Oh, cool.
I've never read that Superman Muhammad Ali story. And of course, a rundown on all the creators.
It says order today, but can you?
No,
they're gonna re-release it or something.
No, that's just the original ad because it's a facsimile. It's funny reading it though. How awesome Giordano, if that's how you pronounce his name, was as an anchor. This is not old. It's new, but the cover is so awesome, and I haven't read the first one yet, but I want to read it. The Batman First Night.
Yeah.
God, dude, the covers are so awesome. And while not necessarily a comic, it is definitely comic related. This is from, Tomorrow's Publishing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Alter Ego and everything. It rose from the tomb.
It's a book about Jesus.
Oh Lord, we're gonna go to hell. This is a sweet ass history of horror comics from the 20th century.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like full color, just all of them. Just, from the beginning, it's got, dude, look, freaking Bernie Wrightston, Swamp Thing, original colors, freaking black and white, artist proof, House of Mystery, Bernie Wrightston. I saw it when I was thumbing through it earlier before I showed you. You remember the one where what is it? The lady is she's drinking the whiskey or alcohol, and you can see like halfway through the glass, you can see her skull.
Oh yeah.
I can't ever remember. It's one of the super famous. I have thought about getting some of these. What is it right here? The House of Forbidden Love. Dude, some of these are by like Alex Toth. I'm like,
oh wow,
really? Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of them that are just by Toth, and I'm like, this is crazy. What I mean, he could do anything he wanted, and it's just funny that he's doing, House of Forbidden Love, and I'm like, okay.
Hey, Hex Allen Comics.
Thanks
for coming by.
Good Lord! Now that if I wasn't trying to find that cover and show you which one I was talking about, it'd be right here in my damn face. Oh, it does have a bunch of the stuff from. This is one of our. He's probably lurking in the dark somewhere. Alan. Basil Gugogos. Is that how you say his name? Did all the horror comics?
Yeah. For some reason, I couldn't get the name of Basil Rathbone out of my mind as soon as you said Basil.
There it is.
I'm like,
Alan's met him a couple times and has some stuff signed by him. He loves it. There it is. Chamber of Chills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. But awesome book. I love this kind of stuff. And then tomorrow's, they always do such great stuff for this kind of just general history of comics. But that's really all I got. I didn't get any back issues or anything. All new stuff, pretty much.
Cool.
But always cool to look at.
I got nothing, but I got stuff coming in.
Did you?
Yeah, that clown behind me, the Joker, shut off my heat, so I woke up cold this morning. Actually, it wasn't that Joker. It was the one that I date.
Oh, Lord. How cold is it up there now?
It's like really nice during the day. It's been really nice during the day. The other day we had rain, and it was like, it was like 40 degrees and cold, ice cold rain. But like today, it was like, my dog tried to take me out, literally at the kneecap. It was like, I'd say like 65, 70 degrees, little light breeze.
Yeah.
Nice. But at night, it's still like dropping down into like, the 30s and high 30s, mid 40s.
Oh my God. It's like 70 degrees when I get up now.
Yeah. Well, there's that thing about living down south.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can fry an egg on the sidewalk at 5 a.m.
Sometimes it feels like it. Like, holy crap, dude, it's hot.
No, I do have some stuff coming in. I got a couple different guys sending me stuff, and the aforementioned Joe Linsner way back in the day, they did a book that he did the cover for. It's a very spicy cover back in the 90s. I think it was the 90s or the early 2000s. And it just called the book. It was like for a fundraiser for all the censorship that like the indie comics were being attacked with back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. So the book is just Censorship Sucks. And Jill's got a really spicy looking adult schoolgirl. Looks like she's probably an exotic dancer someplace.
Yeah.
Her school book's falling out of her hand. It says Censorship Sucks. And she's lovingly sucking down on one of those red, white, and blue rocket popsicles from the 70s.
Pops. My God.
And I'm like, okay, outside of this cover being super spicy, it's just really good. So I'm like, so I got like two different things of comics coming in, and I've got that other thing that I told you about in the DMs.
Gotcha.
So that'll be here Monday.
Sweet. See it all next time.
We'll see it next week. But he's pretty much naked.
Damn it.
The clothes for it are just like non-existent. So I'm going to contact a certain person that does like third-party stuff for various size figures and get the accurate costume.
Sweet.
So, but if I didn't get anything, we can jump right into the book. Now we've been Nexus heavy.
Yes.
You and I.
Is there a bad problem with that? Not
really, no. I didn't download the digital copies he sent out.
I downloaded issue 1.
There's only 2 issues to download because 3, 4, and 5 aren't done yet. So
Okay, well, I know he was having. I got an email. They were having technical glitches with some of them, but I've got issue 1 downloaded.
So
I haven't had a chance to read it.
I haven't.
Oh, and when I pre-ordered, when he sent me the link to finish up paying, the shipping and all that other stuff, he had the thing where you could go ahead and buy the 2024, like you got the big art of Steve Rude. I bought it too. I went ahead and got me one. It was like $40. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they had an early bird special on that where it was like 25.
Yeah.
And I think I paid 40 or 50 for it. So
yeah, I got it.
If you were getting it for 25 and I paid 40 or 50, I'd be madder than a hornet. And some kind of saying you got down there. I
don't know. Yeah. Damn
it. But co-creator and the scribe of the original Nexus, the Red Baron, Mike Baron himself, has teamed up with spectacular artist Kelsey Shannon to bring a ginormous graphic novel.
Damn, is it up to $4 million?
No, 4,000.
4,000. Okay, I couldn't.
$4,694. 83 backers. They only set a goal of a funding goal of 500. So they're at 939% of goal.
Oh, okay.
It's a little trick you do. Not so much on. It probably works on Fund My Comic too. I know it gets you bonus push from like Kickstarter. If you set the goal like low, like do like a $500 thing, and then when you fund like within the first like 12 hours or something,
a
lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the times you'll become a Kickstarter we love from Kickstarter.
Oh, and you get pushed to the front page.
You get pushed to the front page and all kinds of good stuff like that. So let's take a look at the trailer for NexusScourge.
An ancient evil, billions of years old, wages war on the universe. Entire star systems are vanishing without a trace, leaving devastation in their wake. Nexus, the intergalactic guardian of lost souls, must stop the unnameable terror and its expanding scourge of destruction. The totality of everything in existence will collapse upon itself if he fails. With the fate of the cosmos in the balance, Nexus must confront his most dangerous adversary yet. Can he save creation from total and certain destruction, or will darkness reign supreme? Find out in NexusScourge, the all-new epic sci-fi adventure from Eisner-winning co-creator Mike Baron, exploding with Kelsey Shannon's dynamic artwork. Available now. Order at fundmycomic.com.
Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer until just now, but damn, that's some pretty good art.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not Steve, but damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Mike Baron's multiple Eisner-winning sci-fi creation is back in an all-new story in the world of Nexus. Baron's epic collision of the science fiction and the superhero genres returns on NexusScourge.
Damn.
And this, of course, is the cover. It looks a lot better when it's when it's got like that motion filter on it.
Yeah.
It just looks, It
doesn't look bad now, but yeah, the art's really nice.
This is the one I was talking about before. This is basically their featured tier.
Yeah.
So you get an autographed hardcover. You get a softcover edition. You get a signed art card and a creative team autograph card.
Oh, sweet.
And this bundle includes the crowdfunding exclusive autographed hardcover edition, as well as the softcover edition, the digital edition, and the limited edition signed and numbered art card by Kelsey Shannon, and the Scourge card autographed by the entire creative team. So, Kelsey and Mike. That's not bad for $100.
No, it's like 2 books and 2 cards.
Yeah. And the digital, in case you don't want
everything signed. Yeah.
Yeah. The actual the softcover edition is only $25. Limited edition hardcover is $60. Dude, for another $40,
Get both books and get them signed.
I will just get them both and definitely get them signed.
Yeah.
NexusScourge digital edition duplicate. Which is the digital edition softcover and the creator signed autograph card. Here you go. So you can either get all that stuff in the featured tier, or for the same price, you can get a guaranteed 9.8 signature edition with Mike Barron and Kelsey Shannon's autographs on the front cover.
For $100.
For $100. Graded slab softcover edition of NexusScourge. And I'm like, now if this would be more tempting to me if it came with a digital edition so I could still read the book.
Yeah.
But since it doesn't, it looks like the featured tier.
And I'm still, I know we talked about it before, the encapsulated comics, dude. I understand it, but it just hurts my heart because they're there to be read.
Yeah.
They're comic books. But I get upset with people with the whole, they're always chasing the 9.8s. I'm like, dude, it's a freaking comic book. You're supposed to read the damn thing.
And now it's nothing but cover ratio speculation on everything.
Yeah.
And most of the people that will go, that are like wander into like a random comic shop and want a certain book, don't want to pay what that shop is going to have to pay just to get one copy of that, like 1 in 50 or 1 in 100. They still want to buy that for cover price. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't happen. No.
So, see, what you're going to do is you want that 1 in 1,000 double signed ratioed edition of, the Keanu Reeves comic.
They got to buy 1,000 copies.
They got to buy 10,000 copies.
Yeah, or whatever, to get one.
To be eligible for one, it's not even guaranteed that the shop's going to get that one. He goes, first, what you have to do is you have to pay us up front, and all the extra books we have to buy, you're also taking them because we don't want them. We already ordered ours for the store.
Damn. I thought they were always guaranteed.
Some of them are, like the Keanu Reeves one, the ones that he signed, weren't guaranteed. But that same ratio cover, there's one that's signed that's was going for like 10 grand, days before it even came out.
Yeah.
But the regular cover was still going for like $2,000.
Jesus.
That same cover, but unsigned. You could actually get the digital edition for $10
if you just want to read it.
But there's some other stuff up here.
I may actually back that one as well. It's not crazy. I don't know if I'll do the $100 one, but I may. But that's, the art looks really good, and Barron's always great. I've read so many comics by him. It's stupid.
Oh, yeah. The hand of Nexus wields the energy of a living sun, possessing limitless power. Nexus is the greatest Avenger in history. but his power and purpose come from an alien race with their own agenda. Is Nexus a hero or a pawn? Deliverer or destroyer? God or devil? Created by Mike Barron and Steve Rude, Nexus is a science fiction superhero masterpiece. In this brand new standalone story, Nexus faces a mysterious villain threatening, and we saw all that stuff in the.
Yeah, this is a one and done story.
Yeah, so this is just like a big old, a big old graphic novel.
Yeah.
And
it's not like the coming of Grimando and all that from Steve himself.
No. You and I basically walked in, even though we're buying, you're buying like the old issues of Nexus and sending me doubles. So I can get even more. We're still buying the new versions of those books.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can see in Kelsey's art for this that he's like homaged the dude really well.
Oh yeah. He's definitely looked at it.
Kelsey's old enough. He probably read it when it came out too.
I have some. I'll have to dig them out. I bought them sometime on I bought a lot of Nexus stuff online, and I bought I got some old Nexus books that are double signed by Steve and Barron from back in the day, because they're all signed on the first page in pen.
Mm-hmm. This image would make a great bookmark because it's like
a freaking Sentinel or something.
Yeah.
With
look, Ted Cord's bug. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's the ship. Never mind.
And the Silver Surfer there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Galactus. He's hungry.
Oh yeah, what a great color palette on this book too.
Yeah. Nice blues and all that.
Well, until the bad guy gets there.
Yeah, that part's really cool. I like the stairs disappearing. Yeah, definitely worth looking at.
This is the same effect Congress has on the country. The Nexus ship. So, Kelsey did the art and the colors. Kelsey's also done Batman Adventures, Dr. Fang, Nora's Saga, and a lot of other things. Lettering was done by Warren Montgomery, who worked with Mike on Florida Man and has done Fun Adventure Comics. And Mike only lists 3 books that he's done. He was the Nexus, the Punisher, and the Flash.
And the Flash.
Yeah, I'm like,
It didn't even put the Badger in there.
no, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, he's written like 27,000 comics.
He's written like a half a dozen novels this year.
Yeah. Damn it! Is that Praxis?
It could be.
Damn it! Turn into it! Turn into it! There's your Star Trek thing for today. Oh, that's kind of cool. The little dog.
That's Mike, and he's got like 3 or 4 dogs. He says Kelsey Shannon's art is instantly identifiable through his mastery of design, color, and composition, reminiscent of Alex Toth, Darwin Cook, and Dave Stevens. Kelsey is very much in demand. I was lucky to snag him for this project and delighted with his enthusiasm for Nexus. Well, apparently he is a Nexus fan. Look at him.
Yeah.
He drew himself in the Nexus shirt.
In the Nexus shirt.
I didn't know there was that much give. I can get one of those shirts, I guess.
Yeah. They come in the extra large sizes.
For many comic artists, this is Kelsey. The dream is to one day draw Spider-Man or Batman, but for me it was Nexus. It's an honor and a privilege to contribute to the legacy of this amazing character, along with the creator himself, Mr. Mike Barron, whose imagination never leaves me wanting for creative ideas.
Classic look.
Stretch goals. $10,000. All physical backers receive a commemorative NexusScourge art card. $20K. All physical backers receive a Scourge Kiss Cut vinyl sticker. $30K. Get a NexusScourge poster with their artist, so like the front of the book.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. If it hits 40, all backers, digital and physical, will receive an early preview. He's doing another one following this. Nexus triplets. And at 50K, all backers invited to participate in a live reading and Q&A with the creative team.
That reminds me of was it Transformers the movie with the head of what's his face?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Unicron?
Yeah.
Floating in outer space.
I just found it the first time I saw the trailer for Transformers the movie. I found it hilarious that the voluminous one, what's his name?
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles was the Planet Eater.
Yeah, was Unicron. Dude, that movie's so good.
I'm like, well, if anybody could eat a planet, it's him.
Oh, shut up. Quit being mean.
I mean,
he wasn't always that big.
I could eat most of one. But,
God.
Yep. Well.
Is that on Kickstarter also, or is it just on Back My Comic?
Fund My Comic, sir.
Fund My Comic, yeah.
I think it's on Fund My Comic. It might be on It might be on Kickstarter too. I'm not sure.
I'll have to look it up.
So.
Oh God.
And now,
on with the show. This is for some reason I tried to download the copy of the cover, but it wouldn't download. So there's a picture of our book, people. Hellboy, Seed of Destruction.
Yep.
By Mike Mignola and John Byrne.
Yeah.
Freaking dude, this book is awesome. All right, now I'm gonna bring up a regular book. Nope.
It's so good.
There you
it's go. Like, yeah, it was the. Oh yeah, words.
Dude, the thing about Mignola is, because if I was reading the intro and reading the book today, is, he essentially is the concept creator, the artist. He was the story idea and plotter, and John Byrne provides the script.
Yeah.
So he did everything, and then he got with Byrne, and he's like, okay, let's put the words to the pictures and to my ideas and help me get this straight. And
here's all the cliff notes. Write me a story.
Yeah, and it just shows how good Byrne was too. Especially this is 90s. This is actually, I'd say this is a little after the Byrne hype, because in 87, 88, when he was doing Superman and, he'd come off the X-Men and everything else, he could literally do no wrong. He came
off of X-Men. He came off of FF.
Yeah.
And
he did an Avengers run. He did a Cap run. Mm-hmm. He did, for God's sakes, he was doing Namor at this time. And he could do he could damn near literally do no wrong. Everything he touched was gold.
Yep.
Not
to mention his own indie stuff, where Hellboy formally made his first appearance, and then some speculator moron said, "No, he was in an ad. That's his first appearance."
Yeah. In was it Next Men? You said John Byrne Next Men.
Yep.
Yeah. Because he had that, and he was doing other stuff too. But yeah, freaking awesome. And then Mignola's art is always so beautiful. It's so stylized. Talking about Mignola's art just come back stylized and everything. I don't know if you saw, but I have an original, so I didn't order it. I'm sure you do too. They are reprinting Gotham by Gaslight.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So if you've never read Gotham by Gaslight, there's your one to read, people.
Then what's your problem?
Yeah.
And taking the shortcut and watching the stupid animated movie of it doesn't cut it because it's got nothing to do with the book.
Nothing to do with the book. Yep. Freaking awesome.
Mezco, the Mezco 112 line.
Yeah.
Has made a Gotham by Gaslight Batman.
Oh, sweet. Really?
And it looks like it's not just like the high trench thing. It's got like all like the what do you call it? I'm just like,
didn't he have the deer stocking cap and everything in that one? It went through the ears went through it or something.
Yeah, and he had like the mechanical wings.
Yeah.
Not cyberpunk, but steampunk.
Steampunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, old age sucks. It's got like all that steampunk stuff, but I mean, I'm sure you saw my post from the other day where they showed the old Jerry Robinson, Dick Sprang inspired Golden Age Joker from the Mezco 112 line.
Yeah.
And it was only $90. And usually me like, $90? What the? It's a but I'm like, geez, it's practically $40 for a damn McFarlane figure now.
Yeah.
And if it comes with a vehicle, it's like almost the same price. I'm like, well, I might as well get really the best quality figure that you can buy shy of Sideshow is
Hot Toys.
Mezco. Yeah, Hot Toys there.
Yeah, I have one Hot Toys figure. One.
I have 0.
That sucker's probably worth more money now than I paid for it.
My buddy Chris has a bunch of Sideshow statues. Like he's got the big Galactus statue with Surfer flying around him.
Oh, that one's gorgeous.
And the FF attacking him.
Yeah.
And the whole thing lights up. I'm like,
yeah, that's the $1,000 one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of these statues are like out of control. They're like, they're taller than the average woman.
Yeah.
Just as wide, but taller. And they're like, $5,000, $8,000. I go, who the hell had? Look, if you have this kind of money to buy that stuff, you have enough money to adopt me. So just adopt me and buy 2 of everything. Send it my way.
Damn it! No, have we seen how much you eat? No, how much you can afford?
God.
Oh God! All right, Journal of Sergeant George Whitman, East Bromwich, England. So the Hellboy Seeds of Destruction starts out at literally this is the first Hellboy story, isn't it? I don't know if there was a story before this, but this is really the first Hellboy story.
There's like a short story in the back of
Next Men.
The Next Men, John Byrne's Next Men. But I'm not sure if I can't remember if that's like a different story or it might just be kind of like an excerpt from Siege of Destruction. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. So he's essentially on stakeout with some military personnel, and they are trying to stop a Nazi plot to essentially uncover something that will help turn the tide of the war so that Hitler and the Nazis can win.
Mhm.
And, you know, he doesn't know what the hell's going on there at this old church on the aisle. And he comes to find out they're there with some kind of paranormal recruits from the Nazis. And, you know, and of course, here's the Torch, one of their people there that's helping him. What is his name? The Torch. Blah, 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 blah. Torch, yeah, Torch of Liberty is here with us. So he's actually there providing muscle. And we've got Mr. Bloom, Lady Cynthia, and Malcolm Frost from Blackfriars College. And of course, we've got our military guy that's in charge of it, who doesn't believe anything's happening. He's just like, it's a bunch of horse crap, but he's there. And of course, Bloom is the young whippersnapper here that is coming in to find out, because they understand it is metaphysical. And what's cool is, if you do get into history, the Nazis did this kind of stuff. They really did. They hunted for the Holy Grail. They stole the damn Spear of Destiny out of the museum in Austria, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. So there they are, far north is, cold and Scottish. So when they finally show up, they're around this megalith, and the Nazis and company are actually in there chanting, and they're doing some kind of, ceremony. And we see everyone else as they head up. So, heedless are they to, supplication. They're the serpent. They're casting stores. And we see this one dude in the middle who we learn later who he is. But what's cool is the military, the Allies, actually have no idea who this dude is right now. They've just got pictures of him. And it's only later in the book. We'll go ahead and spoil it for everybody if you haven't paid attention and don't know. This is Rasputin. It's the Mad Russian. He comes back later on. And they've got all this energy, and they're essentially trying to open a doorway to summon a demon or something to help turn the tide of the war. And I love all the lightning comes off and everything. And, it spots over there and like, well, what happened? Nothing happens. Even, some lightning blows up the actual church they're there. And he says, well, this bleak place seems remarkably unchanged for the miracle to have occurred. Scare me your sarcasm. He says, sarcasm is the very least of your worries, sorcerer. You promised the Fuhrer a miracle, something which would reverse the course of this war and assure victory to Third Reich. Herr Hitler does not take kindly to failure. I have not failed. I have set in motion events which cannot now be reversed or undone. I promised Herr Hitler a miracle, and I have made one. And now we see he's essentially summoned forth Hellboy. And that's what's cool is in his first appearance here, he is a little boy.
Yep.
And Professor Bloom actually manages to save him. They beat back the Nazis and drive them off. There's the famous picture from the movie, which the damn first movie is so good. With Perlman. It's amazing. Yeah. They're all there.
The book, but gives you a deeper understanding of what's going on, because the movie is so quickly paced.
Yeah.
And, dynamic that, you don't know what's going on, but by reading the book,
you can fill in a lot of blanks. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So Professor Bloom, after they defeat the Nazis and stuff and drive back, actually adopts Hellboy and takes him back. And then now we're up to date. So we move forward to his, it's like 50 years later. And Professor Bloom is actually talking about how Hellboy come through and trying to figure out what happens. And, he's a wizzled old man, and he's actually fussing, I'm too old to remember and everything. And this is so cool. Hellboy comes in and actually hears him talking to himself as he's he's narrating into a cassette tape, which shows you when the comic was written, people. That he actually is using a cassette tape recorder, and Hellboy tells him, he says, "You look just fine to me, sir," because he calls him father all the time in the comic and in the movie, and it's just so cool. It's been 10 months since the Cavendish expedition, so we find out that Professor Bloom and some other people went. They went to like the North Pole or something, and they were trying to they were looking for something, and the expedition went terrible. And it's actually hurt Professor Bloom. He's come back. And he's actually summoned Hellboy here. And he talks to him. He says, "Something I've got to tell you. It's very important, but I can't remember. Take it easy, sir. Slow. If you taught me it, let it all come in its own place." And then Hellboy's talking to him. He says, "I talk to him calmly, tell him not to worry, everything's okay, but I haven't ever seen him like this." He does talk about this a little bit. Have you ever read At the Mountains of Madness by Lovecraft?
No.
Yeah, this is kind of the same deal. You know, the freaking damn space aliens or whatever it is in the ice in Antarctic. It's cool. Professor Bloom tells him,
like Resident Alien.
Yeah. Yeah. Tells him, "Oh yeah, trying to see and find the spot where the ruins were frozen at the Temple of Yankor." They all go inside, and it's where they see the giant monsters, which drive them all crazy. Professor Bloom actually like freaking breaks down here, and he's, "Don't worry, sir, everything's fine now. I'm here. We'll work everything out. Just take your time. Don't push yourself." And I have forgot this part because it's been a while since the frogs, dude.
Yeah.
The frogs start just showing up. You could see them. It's just, no, I pushed myself. I can't remember. "Sir, you've got frogs." The frogs are just everywhere. And, of course, as soon as he hears Professor Bloom hears the frogs, it jogs his memory, and he's like, "Run! In God's name, Hellboy, run and save yourself." And Hellboy, like, kind of leaves a little bit, and Professor Bloom runs the other way into the library. He's like, "Sir?" And then all of a sudden, Professor Bloom gets thrown back through the freaking doorway, and now he's got all these little like welts all over his body.
It's almost like a man trap.
Yeah, like the man trap from Star Trek. There's our second Star Trek reference for today. Damn salt vampire. I'd love to be the first to admit I have no shortage of faults, but if I have to pick one that's gotten me into trouble, it would be that I get angry. So Hellboy just gets mad and rushes into the dark room. Now, this is cool because I did not remember this. He can't see in the dark. Even though he's a demon, he cannot see in the dark. He has normal human vision in the dark. He says, "Yeah, I get angry and do stupid things like charging headlong into a pitch black room. I'm tougher and stronger than any human, but I can't see any better in the dark. I wish I could." And his ass gets jumped by whatever's in the room. His big ass Big Bertha gun gets knocked away. And the damn tongue on this monster laps around his regular arm. And he pulls it back, and he's like, the tongue, it leaves the same welts on his arm. And it hurts him. He says, "Everything south of my elbow might as well be made of wood." He does manage to punch it with his damn stone hand. And they continue to get into a fight. And then Hellboy slings it into a damn Egyptian coffin, destroying thousands of years of history.
Damn it, Hellboy!
Yeah, let him get a taste of my other hand. When he does get his gun, he finally gets his gun back, and the frog monster's like, "Oh hell!" And he bolts for the window and heads out. But of course, Hellboy takes a good pot shot at him and freaking kills it dead. and it turns to like goo, and just the skull's left. What hits the floor isn't, it isn't anything. It's not a frog monster or nothing. His art is so stylized.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And it's not stylized in a bad way. And I know that we're not going to get on the JR beat up festival again, but like his art now, it doesn't look the same. Of course, he calls back.
Remember when Junior used to be able to draw? We did that one Spider-Man issue, and I was surprised. I go, why doesn't this look like Chicken Scratch?
Yeah.
He wanted to separate from his dad.
It was like 40 years ago, yeah. He manages to call back to the BRPD and tell them what's going on. Professor Bloom is dead. And Dr. Manning actually picks up and talks to him, and he's like, they're not really grumpy and at each other's throat at this point in the story of Hellboy. So he's like, yeah, you can put together a team. I'll leave it up to you. You pick the people you want. No problem. He says, yeah, I'm still Brooklyn. I'm still in Brooklyn. No, he's dead. There was something here that wasn't human. No, I can't guess what it was. You better send in some of the lab guys, let them figure it out. Of course, you're free to assemble your own team as always. And Hellboy, I'm sorry about Professor Bloom. I know how you two were close. And then he's actually got a big picture of Hellboy from the war and everybody behind him in the office. I can't remember. Was he there when it happened, or he just got the picture?
I think he might have been there, like very young, obviously. But.
Yeah, in the army or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It would appear we have another messy one on our hands. Now, the story changes and moves to another house, and there's a lady there. She's talking, and she's actually talking to somebody. He's dead. We're proceeding. Then you'll keep your promise? Yes, Emma. Soon. Very soon. Hey, dude, she's drinking tea with a damn frog in it.
She doesn't look too healthy.
Yeah, not too well. There's a damn frog in her tea. It's not. Yeah, not two lumps of sugar or any cream. A frog. No. Bureau for Paranormal Restoration.
It's not Earl Grey. It's Hopping Green.
Hopping Green. So here it is. Yeah. Project Ragnarok, the Fatal Destiny. Best information we have assigned in the investigative team, Ragnarok was on Hitler's many doomsday projects initiated in the closing days of the war. Principally, there were known to be 5 individuals, see photos below, involved at the key steps in the project, and as far as has been determined, all 5 were present when the final moments of the project was apparently headed by General Klaus Werner von Krupp. The culmination of several years' work by the individuals, the ritual performed on Terramont Island on the 23rd of December 1944 corresponds precisely with the manifestation of the creature now codenamed Hellboy. So Professor Trezram Broom and his staff had examined Hellboy and the site of Terramont Island exclusively, and although no physical evidence can be found to link the events, it seems unlikely their temporal juxtaposition is merely a coincidence. So we've got Klaus Werner von Krupp, who was leading it. We've got Leopold Kurtz was there, Issa Harpen, Professor Karl Ruppert, and then the unknown figure, which, as I said, we know who he is now. It's the Rasputin. Duplicate pictures. Did you read this little part in the book?
Yes, I did. I thought that was yeah, it was very disturbing.
Very disturbing.
I thought the other page like this was really cool, like the whole military write-up on the dirty Nazi that one, whatever you call the paper.
Yeah, the breakdown. Yeah. Yeah, an African myth about the frogs. This was really cool. Shows how frogs, snakes, scorpions, and ravens and black cats are traditionally conceded harbingers of doom. And then this is actually issue 2 of the story. And then we start here. This is Cavendish Hall. It's a 150-year-old house that was built, from what I read, on a hill overlooking a lake, and it has been slowly sinking ever since. And now the damn water is about to overtake it. And people actually live here. Emma, the lady that was drinking for the frog, actually lives in the house. And because Hellboy and team are actually going to go out and do some investigation, try and find out where the hell the monster come from that killed Professor Bloom, they go to the house. They have something to do with Miss Edna there. So they head there to do some information. Miss Cavendish, I'm sorry we're so late. We're here from the Bureau of Paranormal Research. Hellboy called you yesterday. It's like, oh, yeah. So we come in. Now we get to meet the 3 players from our movie. We get Abe Sapien and Elizabeth, and, of course, Hellboy. And Elizabeth is a pyrotechnic. She now kind of has her powers under control, but not completely, like in the movie.
But for how long?
Yeah, for how long? And Abe, of course, is some kind of fish human hybrid or something that's 160 years old, because they found him in Washington, D.C. in a damn underground bunker or something.
Yeah, it's a trap.
Yeah. I'm very pleased to meet all of you. You've missed dinner, I'm afraid. Here, let your man take your bags to your room. So they go in, the man takes their bags, they go sit down and they talk. He says, your son's then, don't mind any direct questions. Because he asked her about frogs. He says, your son then, you've heard nothing from them after the expedition left Bull Harbor. So they were on the expedition that Professor Bloom went on. And her sons haven't come back. No, nothing. I've heard anything from them after they left base camp. Another 17 lives of the ledger of the Cavendish family. But excuse me, Dr. Sapien, are you sure you wouldn't mind to take your hat and your coat? He's like, nope, I'm good. I'm fine, thank you. He's got to wear it because he looks like crap. Dr. Sapien doesn't care much for traveling. And if you don't mind direct questions, such as 9 generations seems awful long time for a family obsession. So they're looking for something up north. And they've been doing so for 9 generations. And we get a little brief history of the Cavendish family here. It started out, the main benefactor of the family that started the fortune was a whaler, which that's what you did back in the day. So he started his fortune, and lo and behold, he found little snippets, and he started traveling all over the world for it. And then his progressive generations have followed suit, keep going north to try and find this, mythical city and treasure. Family travels brought him to America, and he built this house, this cursed house. He chose this location. No one knows why. With the house completely set about preparing an expedition to the farthest reaches of the Arctic to search for something he learned of from a scrap of ancient parchment he had acquired in some lost corner of the world. Before he could leave, he died of typhus, and he was one of thousands who died that year. Yeah, as much as anywhere else, I suppose it is. Where our curse was Elu Cavendish unfulfilled quest has haunted every male since. So the family has protractably trying to go to the Arctic to find whatever he was looking for.
And they've all died horrible deaths.
Yes, they've all died. Yeah.
And not one of them thought, we're rich, screw this. Nope.
Yeah, I don't need to. Yeah, whatever the hell it was, I just don't know. Yeah.
They should
Hellboy.
have changed their last name to the Lemmings family.
Damn it. What's funny
Just
is
walking off that cliff.
as Hellboy hears about this, he's like, "Well, I'm really sorry, ma'am, that all your family has died, and you don't even have any sons to continue on the family tradition now that they're dead. I guess the lineage is going to die out with you." And they leave and go back to the room, and now we hear mysterious talking. "You did well, Emma. You did very well. I'm quite sure they suspected nothing." And then we see our figure in the back, who's actually the same guy from the summoning of Hellboy earlier. My work can be
Dimitri.
completed. Huh?
The Mad Russian.
Yep. Even sooner than I had planned. Then my promise is kept. I return your 2 boys to you. Children, come and kiss your mother goodnight. Dude, this was freaky. I was like, this part was really freaky. So her kids come to kiss her, and the story leaves. Now we get a little background on everyone. They talks about Elizabeth and her powers. I didn't realize that she had caused a fire and killed all these people when she was little. I had forgotten that. So she actually is with the BRPD now because she's essentially a ward of the state. She accidentally set fire to a block and killed 32 people and firefighters and burnt a whole section of town down. Yeah. Now her powers are actually kind of under control. But if she gets upset, they can get quickly out of control. And of course, they put Hellboy and Abe in the same room. And what's cool is they're in there talking, and then Abe says, "Hey, did you recognize the butler?" "Yep, he did look familiar. He's just the man in the picture of the expedition, just like Seven Olsen." So one of the guys in the expedition who supposedly died didn't die. And he's here as the butler in the house. So Abe hears this, huh?
Or is he?
Or is he? Yeah. So he's like, it doesn't make any sense why she's gonna lie. And she's obviously not scared because the dude's just parading around in front of him. He's not hiding his disguising himself or anything. So after brief discussion, Hellboy and tells Abe, "Hey, well, you're going to go check it out." And then now we get our little brief thing here where they find Abe was discovered when plumbers working in the basement of St. Turin's Hospital in Washington broke down a sealed door and discovered a long-forgotten chamber. The Bureau took his name from the inscription on the scrap of paper pinned up on the tube the day President Lincoln died. It says Ichthyo Sapien, April 14th, 1865. So, dude, he's like 100 and something years old. Abe is old as dirt.
How during the Civil War did somebody invent cryogenics?
Yeah, it's their cool steampunk technology there. But being that he's part fish, he can breathe underwater and swim and everything. So he actually jumps into the damn lake or the moat that's come up around the castle to try and swim around because he says there's a broken part of the wall earlier. Maybe he can get into the castle and find out some other stuff, or the house. So he dives into the water and swims around. And of course, Hellboy calls Liz, in her room. Abe's in the water. "Did you recognize the butler?" "Of course I did. They didn't even try to disguise him. We are out of our depth on this one with that kind of confidence." "Oh, hang on a second. That's odd. Where's all these frogs in my room?" Hellboy hears that and he's like, "Frogs, get out of there." And he rushes to Liz's room, but she's actually already gone. And the damn frogs are there when he breaks in. And of course, the butler comes up to him, "Is there a problem?" And Hellboy just loses his temper and grabs him. Where is she? Where's Miss Sherman? And we discover that the butler is one of the frog people. Yeah. You've got 3 seconds to start talking. 1, 2, up, 3. He's a frog man.
And just like that, the butler did it.
Yeah. Do you remember who did the colors for this? Was it Stewart?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Colors are really nice. I like the really flat planes of the color. It helps the art. It's the simpler color on this helps with the simple style art. Yeah, it makes everything pop. Of course, he swings at him with his rock hand, and they get in a massive ass fight. Yeah. Yeah, I land on my feet and I land mad. Dude, that's freaking gorgeous. The fight tumbles right over the damn balcony outside. He just keeps breaking shit. He lands and picks up this statue, which we don't know how old it is, and, kills the damn frog with it. Seems unlikely to discover anything from Liz's whereabouts from the transformed butler, especially now that you killed it. And, of course, Abe swims around the castle and makes his way into the hole. And now we got these freaking angel statues everywhere. Mrs. Cavendish, ma'am. And we discover that she's got the same marks on her body as Professor Bloom. I should have known. I should have done something to protect you. Do not distress yourself, creature. You need no tears for Emma. She died as she wanted to. She let me in. She met her in at last the loving embrace of her children. 2 of them, at least, you killed the 3rd. That voice, I know that voice. So the children were the freaking frog people too, and they killed her.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Hellboy recognizes the voice, and now we see there's our man, Rasputin. Of course you know my voice, creature. I am your master, from your true father upon this plane. 50 years ago I summoned you forth. Kneel before me and surrender. I don't think so. He pulls his gun, but as he pulls his gun, like, the damn floorboards break underneath him, and this giant octopus monster or something comes up and grabs him. The tentacles are strong like the frog's tongues. And the old wizard seems to drone on from 1,000. Be not too quick to refuse your destiny. I alone know the secret you sought for so long. And it just drags his ass into the damn ground. Stand beside me. Let me harness the power you hold, unknown in your right hand, or die. It just takes him in. And then that's the end of the first 2 books. Art's absolutely amazing. The story is really good, and the pacing is so good. I mean, I'll say that's got to come from Mignola, but the way it's written out and everything with Byrne providing the script has got to, because I mean, he was so good at this stuff, and he still is. I've read some of his newer stuff, the Star Trek stuff and other stuff he's done in the last handful of years, and it's still good. I mean, has he lost a few steps? Yeah, but he's like 80. But
I lost all my steps. I got to go around a little chair.
Oh my god! Damn it!
3rd Star Trek reference. I'm technically Captain Pike.
No, you talk too much. You'd be like, bloop, 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 bloop.
Just a blinking light. Nothing coming out of my mouth anymore. Just a blinking light.
Just a blinking light. Oh God! But yeah, I've got to read this. We'll read the other 2 issues for next week. So the other one, Seeds of Destruction, is not the one. So the other issue, the other story that's real famous, I was trying to remember the one where he walks around with a head and it keeps talking. Which one was that from?
I don't remember. As soon as I finished this one, I started reading Wake the Devil, which is book 2.
Is it? Maybe it's Wake the Devil. I don't I just remember reading. It's been a long time since I read it. I bought I've got like the first 3 Hellboy omnibuses, and they're like 500 pages a piece.
Yeah.
They're enormous. And then they're doing I think we talked about it last week. They're doing that Richard Corbin Hellboy special.
Yeah.
Because I read.
They're doing the Corbin omnibus for Hellboy, and it's only like $50. I'm like,
yeah, and it's got.
That's going to be a special pre-order price. So.
Yeah, it's got the Crooked Man in it, which is damn amazing. I read that a while back.
Yeah, I've got the Crooked Man, like smaller than normal comic size hardcover collected, but somebody that boxed it up bent the entire through the years because of being in the hospital. The book got bent, the hardcover got bent, and I'm like, I'm not throwing this out. I put like 3 or 4 omnibuses on top of it.
Flatten it back out?
No.
Oh, did you see? I sent you the link. Did you see? Speaking of omnibus, did you see the Dazzler omnibus?
Yeah.
1,500 pages.
Oh, I thought you were going to say bucks. I'm like,
no, I mean, the pre-order price is, $85 or $90, depending on which condition you want, but it's 1,500 pages. It's all of the Dazzler stories, the early stories with X-Men in it, the Beauty and the Beast miniseries, and something else, I think it was. And I love the omnibuses, but when you start to get to 1,500 pages is so big for a book. It's just like, holy crap.
Yeah. That's just.
I've got
2 of them.
Huh?
Make
yeah, it's
2
almost break it
price
in 2
40.
pieces. Yeah, break it in 2. It'd just be easier to handle. Because I'm always afraid a book that size, I'll damage the spine or something.
Yeah. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even I've got a Man-Thing omnibus. I think that's the largest one I've actually got. It's like 800 or 900 pages. I've got the McFarlane Spider-Man omnibus, and it's about the same. But I like it's almost like they need to ring them in to a certain page size, like the Epic collections. They're about the perfect size to me. They're 600 pages, 500 to 600, and they're easy to carry. It's 20 books in each one. Jesus, if you can't read on that for a weekend, then something's wrong with you.
Oh, I couldn't read that in a year.
Damn it. I read 2 issues out of I got the Spider-Man omnibus. I think it's like number 5 when I went out of town a while back. And I read 2 of the stories in it. And they're so good. But of course, they're all Stan Lee and Romita. But it's like Crisis on Campus. I read it. The famous one where he's swinging over the crowd and they're all picketing.
Yep.
And Robbie's kid is there. The Kingpin, they break in there to steal a tablet and everything. Stories are freaking amazing. But
so I got some PR from. I got a bunch of PR from Image today because it's Friday, but there's an upcoming Desolation Jones, the Biohazard Edition deluxe hardcover. It is coming out for November, and it's got like the first 6 issues in the series.
Yeah,
and it's not it's not quite omnibus, but it's it's closer to Epic Collection than it is an omnibus.
Yeah, 200 300 pages.
Yeah, but it's written by Warren Ellis.
Oh, sweet.
And the art is J.H. Williams III that did that first Batwoman run.
Yes. The awesome
reason,
Batwoman
which was
run.
the reason that first Batwoman run was so good.
Yes, dude, that was awesome.
I also got stuff in from various other places. Dark Horse was doing like a big discount for Hellboy's 30th anniversary. It's 30% off their inflated prices on their statues and figures. I'm like, delete. And then I cracked up. I got the Mego Museum newsletter today.
Yeah.
And they always feature something from Figures Toy Company. This week they featured because their figures are like $35 a piece.
Yeah, the Mego figures are. Yeah.
No, not the Migos. The Figures Toy Company. It's two different companies. They basically do the same thing, but they've got different licenses. Figures Toy Company bought the original Mego molds and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they got the license to do all the Batman 66 stuff.
Oh, sweet.
All the villains, all the henchmen, everything. They've got the license for the monkeys, the Three Stooges, tons of the
Mego made
Friends.
Three Stooges figures.
No, this is after the fact. They bought it so they could have rights to use the old Mego bodies.
Oh, okay.
And this was like way before Mego like relaunched again. But they're doing like all the Filmation stuff for the superheroes.
Yeah.
So like they just started doing the New Adventures of Batman. And so did Rich Man McFarlane. And all his everything's a repaint now.
Yeah.
It's like, screw you, Dad, I'm going home. So they're featured Batman from Batman the New Adventures. Yeah. So it's got a double-sided sewn cape. So the inside of the cape is black and the outside is blue.
Oh, sweet.
But it's soft and cushy and everything, and it's got, feel to it. So you can either buy him for like around $40, or you can buy him in like the original poly bag, no packaging, for like $20.
Well, if I'm going to display him, I'll just buy the $20 poly bag.
Even if I wasn't planning on displaying them, I'm still going to buy the cheaper version. And Figures has a lot of like older figures that they've had out. Like most of them, like a good deal of them that you probably wouldn't be interested in. All the main like super popular ones are like all sold out. But they still have like a good handful of like DC superhero figures that they'll just ship them to you in a poly bag because they were never packaged, or they were returned, but they were returned open. So they just put them in a poly bag, take the hit, and they sell them for like $15.
Huh.
I think some of their versions are a little bit better than Migos, but like they had somebody took a 12-inch Mego figure and customized 4 of them into Galactus. Maybe it's an 18-inch.
So it's Figures is the name of the company?
FTC, Figures Toy Company. But they'll show stuff like whatever cool stuff they get. People will like send them pictures of stuff that they scored. Somebody remember the old racetrack things? They were like, it wasn't like Matchbox or Hot Wheels. They were like oversized and it had like an air pump. So you would like shoot the air pump and it would shoot the vehicle off.
Yeah.
I had never seen this before. It's a $6 million man race set. There's a capsule on wheels that has the $6 million man in it. And next to him on some kind of like, futuristic rocket sled is on Andre the Giant as Bigfoot.
Dude, they've got they did a Space Ghost and a Hawkman figure. Birdman, not Hawkman. And Johnny Quest.
Yeah, they've got all the Cartoon Network stuff. You can buy figures of the Galaxy Trio, Herculoids.
Damn. Could check them out, dude. That's pretty cool looking figures.
Yeah, and if you can get them like just in a bag, $15 or $20 opposed to, 40 something.
Yeah. Sweet.
But I don't Frank sort of came in like last week, probably like about 4 tracks of trailers full of figures. Because this is all he does for work is a toy dealer from Ego, selling to the open market. Dr. Fate came in. Firestorm came.
And Firestorm.
Firestorm. Deadman. Let's see. Who else? There were like 8 DC heroes and Chevy Chase from Christmas Vacation. And I'm like,
he doesn't seem out of place at all, does he?
Not at all. They still can't say anything about the Marvel deal, but sometime this year
we'll start getting Marvel figures.
And do you remember the old Lincoln Monsters line? They look like Mego's, 6 to 8 inch figure with like cloth costumes and stuff.
Possibly, if I saw them, I would remember.
Let's see.
So they've got the license for them now. They're going to try and bring them back.
Remember
oh my
these?
God! Yeah, Count Dracula.
Dracula, Frankenstein.
They did a Wolfman. I thought they did a Wolfman. Are they
I think
dark?
It looks like his hands are. I think what they did with the color palette with them was that they made it so if you put a black light on them, they're going to glow.
Oh, sweet.
So I think that there's 4 of them, yeah, because there's Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, and the Mummy.
And the Mummy. Cool.
Yeah. So here's like the 8 superheroes that came in.
And they're all DC. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Dude, I love that Brainiac.
Yep. It's like the second version of Brainiac, like the one we're used to.
Yeah,
like the
yellow line.
The Golden Age one basically had Green Arrow's goatee. Because he had like
Bizarro.
Yeah. Nightwing, but he's not my favorite. Nightwing.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have a disco collar, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But Figures sells the Wolfman Perez lineup for Teen Titans
with the discount, with the
With the-
disco collar.
with the disco collar. Yep. There's also Firestorm, Bizarro, and Red Tornado.
Yeah. I don't understand the love for Red Tornado.
He's a
okay,
tornado.
I guess.
He's cool.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, I'll get the book and we'll find some more stuff for next week.
Sounds like a plan.
All
So
right,
until
y'all.
next week, thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful weekend and read some comic books.
And take a nap.
Because we're old.
That's what I'm fixing to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds like a plan. I got to put some ice on my knee and I'll probably just fall asleep.
All right, man.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks.